So Jazmine Tan has officially responded to the multiple videos made on her. About 3 days ago, I released a video calling her out for her hypocrisy and many of her examples of putting down women and men. I watched the response she gave, and it was kind of messy. And hold your pitchforks and knives, you gotta hear me out, watch the entire video before you comment something. It was definitely an interesting response, and I feel like it's only fair to let everyone know what she has to say, because overall this controversy is about her, therefore she should get to respond to it, and her response should be heard. So with that, let's get into it. Firstly, I want to let you know about my animation channel, launching a big project this summer. Appreciate it if you subscribed. Link is in the comments. Now that we've moved that shameless advertisement out of the way, let's get into it. So before we kind of get into the response video, I know there's going to be a few people who haven't seen my first video on her. So because of that, I'm going to provide some brief context. She's in a lot of heat right now because some videos have surfaced of her basically putting down women and men. When she kind of presents her message on her channel of lifting people up, she hasn't been seen to do that multiple times. There's basically a clip where she makes fun of a woman in her 20s for looking too old after having kids. It's a pretty hard watch.
Baby girl, not to be a hater, but do you guys notice that us Gen Zs are aging really fast and looking way older than our actual age? And today I was feeling sociable, right? So I poked her and I was like, oh my god, I went muda banget. And she was like, bitch, what are you talking about? I'm 21. At that point, I wanted to unalive myself because, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Girly pop, she's still in school. She's 21. Why does she look like a mother of two who responsibly files her goddamn taxes every year?
She also has multiple videos where she basically just kind of tears down men and says that they don't really matter.
Pinterest, and then search ugly girls. What does it say?
Oh my god, we can't find any pins?
For ugly girls, there's no results for ugly girls. That is so cool. Now open Pinterest again.
Okay.
And then search for ugly boys.
Oh my god.
There's actual results. There's actual ugly boys.
So I thought I'd give a little context. These are the reasons people are mad at her, because she kind of just does exactly what she's supposed to be fighting against, but you know, we can forgive if it's a good apology. I mean, her content is pretty similar to Clara Dua. Both of them are kind of talking about body positivity and positivity in general towards young girls or girls in general, and surely her apology will be better than Clara Dua's. Okay, that's a pretty low-hanging fruit because I forgot that it wasn't actually an apology. And unlike Clara Dua, Jazmine Tan actually titled her video, "I'm sorry." So I decided to give it a watch.
Okay, I know y'all have been waiting for this video, and it's finally here. Hi, baby girlies. It's been a while, huh? So come get ready with me while we catch up a little bit, shall we? Hi, I'm Jazmine. Some people call me Jazzy, and I have been a content creator for over a year now. And guess what? I fucked up. I am taking full responsibility for all the mistakes that I made last year.
So we're off to a good start, taking full accountability. That's the way to go. You make a mistake, you take full accountability. That means no excuses, etc. I mean, all she'd have to do now, in my humble opinion, would be to simply address the things she did, why they were wrong, and what she'll do moving forward. And yeah, she should definitely be forgiven.
Just like you, I am human, and I'm not perfect. And I make mistakes. Sometimes I yap a lot, and sometimes things get taken out of context.
No, it was a perfect response. This is a huge problem. I see so many creators do this. When you do something wrong and everyone is against you, you just have to say, I'm sorry, I did things wrong. If you make excuses, it ruins the apology. And clearly she's saying that it's being taken out of context, meaning we're mad at her because we didn't really understand what she was really saying in those old videos. It's not, she said something wrong. I mean, she's kind of hinting at that. She's not full out saying it, but out of context means we didn't really understand what we were seeing.
Baby girl, not to be a hater, but do you guys notice that us Gen Zs are aging really fast? And I legit thought that she was like a mama muda. She's 21. She's 21. Why does she look like a mother of two who responsibly files her goddamn taxes every year?
I'm glad you're making an apology, but this isn't taking accountability because you're saying that we misunderstood, and I don't think I misunderstood that. I don't think anyone watching any of our videos misunderstood that.
And then sometimes I say the wrong things. So I'm sorry if it offended any of my baby girlies. It was never my intention.
I'm sorry it got taken out of context. It wasn't my intention to be rude to that 20-year-old I said looked old and ugly because she had some kids. Guys, it wasn't my intention.
I guess my platform grew so fast that it didn't quite hit me yet how much impact it had on people. I didn't quite realize that I was also growing a group of younger audiences as well. And it's pretty hard trying to balance being creative and staying exciting and relevant while also being mindful of how it would be perceived.
See, she's not addressing what she did wrong. In fact, in the entire video, she's going to completely avoid discussing any of the videos she released that got backlash. She's simply just going to spend the entire video making excuses. I was young. I didn't know the impact I'd have. It was never my intention. You guys just misunderstood it a little bit. That's all. But I take full accountability, guys. Even though this entire video I'm just making excuses. Yeah, this is legit not a good apology. Sorry.
Just like you guys, every day I'm still growing and I'm still learning. I'm still navigating adulthood and I'm forever evolving. Girl, I have only just developed my frontal lobe.
Once again, it's perfectly fine to make mistakes, but you're not sorry for it because this entire video you haven't addressed a single thing you said and why it was wrong. You've simply just made excuses. And here you go again, talking about how you're young and stuff. You're a full-grown adult.
So, give a girl a break, you know? Give a girl a break, you know?
Okay, so who's in the wrong now? Is it an apology or not? Are you the victim now? So you're the one that needs a break? I'm so confused. I thought this was an apology video. So give you a break. So in other words, yeah, this is genuinely some of the craziest gaslighting I've ever seen. You are not sorry at all. Like, what's the point of making an apology video if you're just gonna whine and complain the entire time?
But moving forward, I will be a whole lot more mindful on the messages I send across in my videos.
I don't know how split my comments under this video are gonna be. Maybe a bunch of them are gonna be against me, but I personally like this part. This is probably the only part I like, to be honest, in the apology, because she's gonna change for the better. She promises she's gonna change for the better, but the problem is, how are you gonna change if you don't think you did anything wrong and you consider yourself the victim?
I will still be chaotic. I will still fight for all the women around me.
She's still in school. She's 21. Why does she look like a mother of two? Like a mother of two who? Why does she look like a mother of two who responsibly files her goddamn taxes every year?
Still hasn't addressed a single video she's made or explained or even mentioned any of her videos. She's kind of just summarized it up as people coming at me for things they didn't really understand. Do you want me to play the video again? I can make it into a song. I can add auto-tune to your voice. Will that make you see it clearer that maybe we weren't getting it out of context and maybe you're in the wrong and this isn't really an apology? Burn me at stake for my opinion, but titling the video "I'm sorry" doesn't simply fix it. You have to actually be sorry, and clearly you aren't. The first 2 seconds, yes, you seem sorry, but the video is just simply you making excuses and telling your audience they didn't really understand your video. You're not actually sorry, so why did you title the video that? You should have titled it "You guys all misunderstood me and you're wrong."
And I will be even louder than ever. Even if y'all think that I'm not a girl's girl, I know that I'm a girl's girl at heart, and that's enough for me. I know that I'm kind and I take really, really good care of the people around me.
This part is giving really, really strong Ali Coco vibes. It's like, instead of apologizing, she's talking about how good she is. She's reinforcing the idea that she's this good person. And I'm not here to argue she's a horrible person. No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's weird to put an apology because you're supposed to be like, I'm sorry, I did something wrong, I'm at blame. But instead she's like, I'm a good person, I treat everyone around me really well, I'm super kind. Anytime someone does this in an apology, it's not an apology. She's just glazing herself for like 20 straight seconds, and it's just so weird. It feels wrong, and it's just awkward.
And for every one hater that decides to leave a hate comment, there's at least 10 people who has my back.
There it is. You're the victim. Everyone's hating on you. You're the victim. This isn't an apology. This is basically just you whining about how you're a victim. So you're in the wrong and you take accountability, yet the people that commented this stuff originally were just hating on you? Like, I'm so confused. Who's in the wrong here?
And, that's enough to keep me going.
And that's it. Kind of a tough watch. It's not her holding herself accountable. And I know I'm going to get comments, it's just like 2 videos. Why are you hating so much? You need to move on. For the millionth time, if it had been a valid apology, yes, we can move on from mistakes. Once again, every single person makes mistakes. Every YouTuber's done something dumb. At the end of the day, it's a few toxic videos, but if she addressed it and actually apologized, we could move on. But the fact is, she just gaslights her audience the entire video. If you don't agree with me, simply summarize the events of the video in your head. The first 10 seconds she says she takes accountability, then she moves on to say we misunderstood it, she was young, she didn't know she had that much power, she isn't fully developed yet or something. Then she goes on to say how much of a good person she is, how she impacts everyone well. Then she goes on to finally end it off with people are just hating on her. So overall, wasn't it an apology? No, it wasn't. And am I defending the comments hating on her and telling her to do bad things to herself? No, of course not, but everyone gets hate. I've gotten hate. At the end of the day, like, yeah, but that doesn't dismiss the valid criticism you got. You can't dismiss all the valid criticism you got as hate and act like the victim. You can't be a victim and apologize at the same time. It just doesn't work in the same video. And it's definitely possible to do a good video without taking yourself as a victim. Take the Manny Show. Literally last year, I think I had 20,000 subscribers at the time. I got a copyright strike from him, and so did a different YouTuber. And at the end of the day, he got a lot of backlash for it. Then he made an apology video where he basically said it was his manager, but at the same time took accountability. It was a really good video, and overall, he gained more respect than ever. He got less hate from everyone except for on TikTok, but TikTok is TikTok. And I know I'm gonna F up in the future sometime, and I'm probably gonna have to release an apology video. It's just, I feel like I make enough videos every day that I'm gonna do something stupid. And I just hope if that, or when that time comes, I take full accountability and I don't act like the thing I don't want to become. I hope I don't paint myself out to be the victim. I hope I don't glaze myself half the video, because that would be pretty tragic. And I hope I don't whine and complain about how people misunderstood my clearly cruel video. And because I've gotten so many comments saying I'm too negative and I hate too much, I'm going to say that there is only one part of this video that I did like, so I guess we could briefly go over that. I did like the part where she talked about how she's going to change in the future. I must admit, hopefully she actually does do that. She maybe learned from the backlash, even though she doesn't seem to think she did anything wrong. Even if she doesn't think she did anything wrong, maybe just to avoid backlash, she won't make the same videos in the future, because the videos she made are pretty dangerous. If you haven't seen my first video, I'd encourage you to watch that, just because I was only able to show like 2 clips, but there's a lot more to it. Here are some comments people made on the situation. Thank you for apologizing, Jazz, and recognizing your mistakes. That's what we all want to hear, and I'm forgiving you. I mean, she didn't really recognize her mistakes, but I'm glad you forgive her, I guess. Here we go, some common sense. I appreciate her saying sorry, but honestly, I wish you could talk about why you got criticized. See, this is the perfect comment. It's not really hating. It's just like, hey, this isn't really an apology. I'd appreciate it if you actually address the criticism. You're apologizing to the girls despite your sexist comments and double standards towards men. This isn't a genuine apology. It's a, I'm sorry you got offended. No, not, I'm sorry I said something offensive. Literally, it's, I'm sorry I got backlash. Let's make a video quick so these people will finally leave me alone. It's not actually you're sorry. It's like, I'm sorry you misunderstood me. The comment goes on to say you're not the victim here. Exactly. She's not the victim, yet she presents herself like that. But the majority of the comments are saying that, why did she get hate in the first place? They're all like, poor Jazmine, we're so sorry. I can't believe anyone would do this to you. Like, did you guys do any research? Did you watch one video? Because nothing says more of I'm a victim than not addressing a single video or not explaining any of the videos, just briefly summarizing it as hate and that you hold yourself accountable. This video is just such a mess. Like, if you do 10 minutes of research, you'll realize how much of a mess this video really is. Anyway, it is 12:10 in the night. I'm tired. I have school tomorrow, and I gotta publish this tomorrow, so I'm just gonna stop it here. Check out my animation channel. See you in the next video.